it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my 2020 reading / bookish goals. If you want to see how I did on my 2019 goals, I will leave that video linked down below. So yeah, it's a new year and that means new goals. So here are a couple goals that I have for this new year. So the first one is the Goodreads reading challenge. So I set my goal at 50 books. So that's my first goal, is to read at least 50 books. I set it at that because it's a nice even number and it seems very doable. It averages out to a little less than a book a week. And so that means that I don't really have pressure on myself to read. I would like to eventually get to reading 100 books, but I know that if I set my goal at 100, then I'm just going to be stressed about trying to meet that goal, and then it will make reading not fun. So 50 books is where my goal is at. My next goal is one that I had last year that I'm bringing into this year again, and that is to read at least 10 books from my owned TBR that are new to me. I'm putting that in there because last year I reread a lot of books that I already owned, and I kind of included that in my count, kind of didn't. So I want to read at least 10 books from my owned TBR, the ones that I haven't read yet. Mostly because I have a bunch of them over on the bookshelf over here that I have not read yet. And so I own a lot of books that I haven't read, and I would like to continue to decrease that. So reading 10 books, again, seems very doable for myself, and means that I have less pressure on myself to complete this goal. Goal number 3 for me is to read a V.E. Schwab book. This was one that I had last year and that I didn't end up doing, so I'm bringing it into this year. I've heard really good things about V.E. Schwab's writing and her books in general, so I really want to be able to experience them for myself. So I would love to read some of her work this year. My fourth goal is one that I've been thinking about since last year, but I haven't actually done it, and that is to start a video series about talking about how suffering is portrayed in different books. So last year in the spring, I took a class in the spring, I don't know, sometime in the last school year, I took a class that was called The Literature of Suffering, and we just read lots of different kinds of books and some philosophers that talked about suffering and pain and different responses people can have to it, how different people write about it and portray it, how people get through it, what it means to be in pain, how pain is a human experience, all of that kind of thing. And it was really hard class because talking about pain is never easy, and there's a lot of pain that seems pointless, but it's something that connects us all as human beings, and it's found in so much of literature because it is such a human experience. A lot of different people have written about it. And so when I finished the class, I really wanted to start a video series discussing how I found suffering to be portrayed in different books, especially YA books, because in my class we didn't really read YA books because it was a college level class, and we mostly read either memoirs or books written specifically about pain, or philosophers who are talking specifically about pain. But I think there is a lot of pain and suffering that can be found in a lot of YA books. I mean, a lot of YA parents are dead, and that right there is a really big source of pain for a lot of YA characters. And so I think it's really important to talk about, and I would love to start a video series discussing that. I never got up the courage to do it or sat down and did the work to think about how I would exactly do this, but I would really love to get that started this year, even if it's just with a couple books or my favorite books, because I think it's really important to talk about, and I really like discussing how different authors portray pain throughout their different books. I just reread Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and so you have a major character that dies in this book and in Goblet of Fire as well, and Harry responds differently to their deaths, and you are able to see that if you're looking for it. You can see how his response to losing someone he's very close to is different than losing just one of his classmates, but that was like the first death that he experienced in his own life. And so like, how does that differ from losing like a godfather, and like all sorts of things like that. It's really interesting to me to look at that and discuss it. And so that's my fourth goal for 2020, is to actually sit down and make this series a thing. My fifth goal is one that's continuing over from last year as well, and that is to post wrap-ups before the 10th day of the next month. So I post wrap-ups after the month has completely ended, because you never know if you're going to read something and finish something on the last day of a month. So I always post them in the next month, but my goal is to post them before the 10th of each month. That way I haven't forgotten what I read in the last month, and it just makes sure that I like get it done and out of the way within a timely fashion. My next goal is to post consistently. That is a goal that I've had for last year and continue into this year, but I'm changing it this year to a video every 2 weeks. I sort of tried to make a video once, like one video per week last year, and honestly I just don't have the time or space to film to make videos once per week. I just don't. That's where I'm at in my life right now, and I can't promise that I will get a video out every week. So I'm extending it to every 2 weeks. I would like to continue to make content every 2 weeks, just because then I'm consistently posting and making my presence known on here, and that way I don't necessarily lose. It's giving myself some space to not necessarily lose focus or passion, but like just giving myself a little grace there. My seventh goal is kind of TBD. I don't really know if this is going to happen or not, but I'm going to start volunteering at the public library in downtown Green Bay when I go back to school. And I'm very, very excited about this because, as my channel name suggests, I am an aspiring librarian. I'm going to school for an English degree, and then I'm hoping to get into a master's program to do library sciences and become a full-time librarian. And so my seventh goal is to use my time volunteering in the library to expand like my personal like views and like knowledge of the library, but also to hopefully get my channel involved and maybe like do some interviews with librarians, or I don't really know yet, like make videos within the library, something like that. I also really like making promo videos. Right now I'm with an organization called Crew on campus, and it's a Christian organization, and so for our Crew I make a lot of promo videos because that's something that I enjoy doing. So I could make maybe promo videos for the library, I don't know, but just like my goal is really to like have the boldness to step into that and say, hi, I would like to help. Here's something that I enjoy doing. Can I do that? So I don't really know exactly what that's going to look like, but that is a hopeful goal of mine. My eighth goal is kind of like not very concrete, but it is to tell more people about my channel and invite my friends into making videos with me. I told 2 of my friends last year about my channel, and they both responded very well, and I've told a couple of my other friends, but I haven't necessarily, and my family knows too, but I haven't necessarily told like all of my really close friends that I have a YouTube channel because it sounds very cheesy sometimes, and it makes me nervous like saying that. But I want to do videos with my friends. I love watching other people when they collab with their friends or other booktubers, and so I'd love to be able to invite more of my friends into making my videos that I really enjoy doing, and especially if they are readers, having them talk about books is always good. Although I do have a couple friends who aren't readers, and so I would still like to get them on my channel in some form or another. I don't really have a specific number or specific people that I want to do this with, but just in general I want to become more comfortable with sharing the idea that like I have a YouTube channel, this is something I enjoy doing. And then my ninth and final goal for 2020 is to post vlogs within 2 weeks of finishing up the vlog. I am terrible at that, as you might have noticed from my Oxford vlogs. I just finished those in November when I got back at the end of August. So vlogs, if you've ever made a vlog before, you know it's a lot of work, both in the camera, like in the filming, and so much work in the editing. And so I want to continue to film vlogs because I enjoyed filming them, but I need to make sure that I am sitting down and editing them right away so that they're not just sitting on my computer waiting for me to edit them, and then I post a vlog for a readathon that ended a month ago and I'm just like, here you go, here's my vlog from that thing that was a month ago that you've all forgotten about. So that's my last goal, is to consistently post those vlogs within at least 2 weeks of after I have finished filming the vlog. So yeah, those are all of my 2020 bookish reading goals, bookish/reading goals. Comment down below, let me know what your goals are. What your goals are for this year. I cannot talk. What is your Goodreads challenge? Did you set a Goodreads challenge? I know some people don't because they don't like Goodreads or they don't want the stress of having to read a certain number of books, but I kind of like the challenge a little bit, but not too much. But anyways, I would love to chat with you down in the comments below. So that's all for this video. Thanks again for watching. If you want to follow me on social media, all my links are in the description as always, and I will see you next time. Bye!